A new opinion essay in the New York Times is sparking a conversation about feminism and the growing normalization of plastic surgery. It's called "I'm Not Going to Lie About My Neck." Author and political commentator Jong-Fast writes about her decision to have a facelift at 47 and whether it makes her, quote, a bad feminist. Now, in the essay, she discusses our country's growing embrace of cosmetic procedures and calls for greater transparency for people who are getting them. Jong-Fast is also the author of How to Lose Your Mother, A Daughter's Memoir. And she joins us now. Thank you so much.
Molly.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, have you opened it up, Molly?
We've been talking all morning.
Opened it up.
Before the show started,
Yes,
we were like,
yes.
I love this, okay? Because I hate when someone goes on vacation and then they come back and they look 15 younger.
Yeah.
So 15 years younger, they try to pretend it was the water in Greece, okay?
And you say it's not the water.
It's not the water
or
in
lack of
Greece.
sleep. Yeah.
So why did you try to write this, to try to destigmatize it?
So a lot of, and again, I talk about this in my memoir about growing up. I think, and you know, I got sober when I was 19, and part of my experience in the world as a public-facing person is that I have this opportunity to destigmatize things. And that's why I talk about getting sober at 19, and that's why I wrote this book about my mom having dementia, because I have an opportunity to sort of live out loud. Now, maybe that was chosen for me, but whatever. So I do it. And when I had this facelift, I had this realization that a lot of the women, public-facing women, had facelifts and were not being transparent about it. And what it was doing to younger women was setting up a really unrealistic expectation about aging. And I wanted to be able to be a person who could use that radical transparency to talk to younger women and to talk to older public-facing women and make the case that there's so much fake stuff on the internet. Why not? Let's counter it with a little bit of reality.
But if I had a facelift and I don't want to talk about it, why should I have to talk about it?
No, I don't think anyone should have to talk about it, and I don't think anyone should have plastic surgery. None of this is prescriptive.
Yeah.
This is all just sort of my experience and why I think it's helpful to be transparent about certain things. And, you know,
because you think it gives women, actually, and it does, gives them unrealistic expectations about what you should look like at fill-in-the-blank age.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this before, and look, for years ago, older women were not in the public sphere the way they are now. And that is a huge win for feminism, to have women out there in movies, starring, doing a lot of like public-facing stuff. It's amazing. But the sort of caveat here is we see the sort of inability to age, or a feeling that they look the same age they did when they were 40. I mean, we talked about Kris Jenner earlier.
She looks great.
Right.
And she's been very open about what she had done.
Exactly.
And then people tried to dump on her saying, oh, is it falling? What's happening? And she still looks great.
Well, everybody also wanted the name of her plastic surgeon.
Totally.
Right?
Yes, Stephen. Stephen Levin, yes.
Gayle already knows.
Yes, I do.
But Molly, you write that plastic surgery perpetuates beauty standards rooted in misogyny.
Sure.
And I love that you point out that when you were growing up, your mom would have these towering icons of feminist history in the United States.
Mom, Erica Jong.
Erica Jong, your mother, Betty Friedan, and Phyllis Chesler. And they rejected the beauty-obsessed power structure that your mom at the time kind of embraced.
Yeah.
How do you think that they would be, what do you think they would say about where we are today?
So, again, look, it's not a binary. I mean, this piece was short, so I had to make choices in what I put in there and what I didn't. But there's a wide spectrum of people accepting the beauty standards and not, right? People look all different ways. And it's available to us to do whatever. But I think, I don't know what those women would say today. I mean, the whole idea was that you sort of get in the tent to change it. That was how that was the feminism I was taught. But there certainly are people who are outside the tent changing it, too. And I think the more accepting we can be of both is actually a good thing.
Are you glad you did it? And do you think you look different? Because I wanted to see before and after pictures.
I said it would text you the pictures.
Yeah, but you didn't want to show them today.
I wanted to make this about, like, the feminist case and not so much about me, because I think I'm great, but I'm really irrelevant.
But you say you struggle with the idea that you might be a bad feminist because of this.
Well, the question is, if you're a feminist, like, what does that mean? And what does that mean? Embracing these beauty standards, does that make you not a good feminist? Rejecting them, does that make you a better feminist? There are feminists, certainly the sort of old school first wave, second wave, who might say that you are, but I actually believe my view of feminism is much broader, and I think people should do what they want.
Are you glad you did it, though?
I'm really glad I did it.
And you're pleased with it?
And I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
And I, you know, I don't have any regrets. And I think, but I also don't think other people should do it. I just think that if we do it and we have this opportunity to be honest, why not?
Absolutely. And by the way, I don't think it makes you a bad feminist. No. I think it makes you a great feminist for admitting it and not pretending that you didn't do it. Because, like, I'll be honest, Botox used to have filler here. I get Botox every 4 months. Right. And I think it's very important that we are open about that. But I guess my issue is that now I'm out here looking a certain way until however old. How do we make sure that we don't put more pressure on women to continue looking younger?
Well, and I think honesty, in a way, serves for that. Because otherwise we have younger women looking at women who do not age and thinking they don't age, or having an unrealistic sense of how time works. And so I think being honest about our ages, being honest about, you know, the things we do is good. And look, there is a lot of inequality here. That's one of the things that I was not able to sandwich into this essay because it's so short. There's a lot of inequality when it comes to this, and you know, it's very expensive still for a lot of people. And so there are a lot of layered issues here, and this is not one size fits all. But the point here is that when we see these very famous actresses, it could be helpful for them to be honest about how they got there.
Yeah, if they want to.
If they want to.
Yeah.
I mean,
my thing is 71 black don't crack. That's my beauty routine.
It really is the water
black
grease.
don't crack. But I would not be opposed to it. I would just be afraid on the face. I'm just afraid on the face.
Your moneymaker, Gayle.
Yeah, no, I'm just afraid of the face.
Molly Jong-Fast, you look great before, you look great now. Thank you for coming on. This was a really, really compelling essay. Really appreciate you.
Yeah.
And would you please send me the picture?
Yes, I will.
Gayle still wants something.
Yeah, I want to see it.